In today's video, I'll be talking about the winners of the 2026 NBA Draft. There was a lot of winners of the 2026 NBA Draft, and especially the teams that had a top 4 pick in this class. And one of those teams was the Chicago Bulls, who selected Caleb Wilson with the 4th overall pick and Dalen Swain with the 15th overall pick. Caleb Wilson is an elite prospect in my opinion. He has a super high motor, is extremely athletic, and was incredible for North Carolina until his season got cut short due to a broken thumb. Overall, Caleb Wilson gives Chicago a big time talent that can be a part of their young core moving forward. This was a great pick for Chicago as Caleb Wilson has a chance to be the best player in this draft class when we look back at it. And with their second first round pick, the Chicago Bulls selected Dalen Swain with the 15th overall pick. Dalen Swain is a versatile defensive playmaking wing who can do a little bit of everything. He has elite touch around the rim, can create turnovers defensively, and really attacks the glass. The 3-point shot improvement is huge for determining who he can beat in the NBA. I believe Dalen Swain can be a similar player to Najee Marshall, a versatile defensive wing who can be a really impactful player for the Chicago Bulls. Overall, I really believe this was a good pick for Chicago as he was one of the best players still left on the board and is another quality player to add to the Chicago Bulls young core. This was a really good first draft for the new regime in Chicago. They added 2 quality players who can play from day one. This was a really solid draft for Chicago as they were one of the winners of the 2026 NBA Draft. The next team that I have as a winner of the 2026 NBA Draft is the Oklahoma City Thunder. The first pick they made was Adai Mara at number 12. Mara is the best rim protector in this year's draft. He's 7'3" with a 7'7" wingspan and helped lead Michigan to a national championship. He's also a really good passer for his size and has very nice touch around the rim. Mara is a very unique player and will help provide depth to the Oklahoma City frontcourt and will provide excellent size at the 5 that they don't really have. This was a good pick for Oklahoma City in my opinion as they load up to try and stop Victor Wembanyama. With their second first round pick, the Oklahoma City Thunder selected Bennett Sturts with the 16th overall pick. They traded up 1 spot with the Memphis Grizzlies and only had to give up a couple second rounders. Bennett Sturts is a very steady point guard and he can really shoot the ball at a high level. He's very good in pick and roll scenarios and is a quality decision maker. I believe Bennett Sturts can be a quality rotation player in the NBA as he will help provide shooting and playmaking to OKC. The next pick OKC had in the 2026 NBA Draft was the 41st overall pick, and they selected Otega Oweh from Kentucky. Oweh is a 6'4" guard that has a really physical frame and has some intriguing tools. Obviously, he has to improve his jump shot, but he also has a chance to develop into another tenacious and aggressive defender for OKC. In my opinion, this was a very good draft for OKC as all 3 of these guys fit their organization and how they want to play. Just another quality draft for Sam Presti and the Oklahoma City Thunder. The next winner that I'll be talking about in the 2026 NBA Draft was the Los Angeles Lakers as they selected Cameron Carr with the 24th overall pick. Cameron Carr was one of my favorite players in this year's NBA Draft. He's a 6'6" wing that can really shoot the ball at a high level and showed flashes of being able to put the ball on the floor and create for himself and also showing some real upside as a defender. In my opinion, the ceiling for Cameron Carr is a similar player to Devin Vassell, a quality starter that is a good movement shooter and rangy defender. At Baylor, Cameron Carr averaged 19 points per game, 6 rebounds per game, and 3 assists per game, while also shooting 37% from 3 on 6.1 attempts per game. Cameron Carr was a very good pick for the Lakers as he'll be able to provide some shooting and athleticism and fits really well next to a Luka Doncic or Austin Reeves. Overall, a really good pick by the Los Angeles Lakers. The next team that I'll be talking about that is a winner of the 2026 NBA Draft is the Sacramento Kings. They selected Darius Acuff with the 7th overall pick, and this was a good pick in my opinion. He was one of the best players on the board at the time, but he also has a ton of upside and has the chance to be their lead guard in Sacramento for a very long time. Darius Acuff should provide elite shot-making ability, very good playmaking, and a confidence about him that will help build a culture in Sacramento. And with their second first-round pick, the Sacramento Kings selected Alex Karaban with the 29th overall pick. Karaban is a proven winner as he played in 3 national title games and won 2 of them at UConn. Karaban plays with a high basketball IQ and a toughness about him. He'll be able to space the floor and is very good with playing off the ball. He also brings some defensive versatility with him as well, and this could end up being a very solid pick for the Sacramento Kings. And with the 45th overall pick, the Sacramento Kings selected Emmanuel Sharp from Houston, a 6'3" guard that can really shoot the ball and is a very tough defensive player. Sharp is at his best when he's off the ball and playing as a movement shooter, but he also can be your point of attack defender. He has a chance to develop into a solid rotation caliber player. This was a very solid pick in my opinion for the Sacramento Kings in a thin second round. Overall, they had a very good draft in my opinion, as they were able to pick up a player in Darius Acuff at number 7, who has a chance to be their lead guard for the future if everything goes right. The next team that I believe was a winner of the 2026 NBA Draft was the Charlotte Hornets, who picked up Hans Steinbach with the 14th overall pick. And Steinbach is a very skilled big who can really pass it, but does most of his damage on the glass. He's an excellent rebounder and should help provide depth and has the potential upside to be a starting caliber player in the NBA. Steinbach should also be a very solid player and contributor to the Charlotte Hornets from day one. With the 18th overall pick, the Charlotte Hornets selected Christian Anderson from Texas Tech. Anderson is a sophomore guard that had a breakout year for Texas Tech. He's a very talented shot creator and shot maker. He does most of his damage from beyond the three-point line and is a very good player when operating as the ball handler in pick and roll or DHO scenarios. Christian Anderson also has a sneaky amount of upside to him as well. He should be able to provide some good depth at the point guard spot for the Charlotte Hornets from day one. This was another solid draft for the Charlotte Hornets, as they had a very good draft last year. This draft should be pretty good as well, as they were able to pick up a skilled big with size in Hans Steinbach and a very creative shot-making guard in Christian Anderson. The Charlotte Hornets are trending in the right direction in my opinion, and this draft is just another indication of that. The last winner that I'll talk about in this year's NBA draft is just the NBA front offices in general. I thought they all did a pretty good job in picking the best player available. Obviously, the top 4 teams like the Wizards, Jazz, Grizzlies, and Bulls were able to select top tier talent, but also throughout the first round, teams just kept making smart picks over and over again. I think the help of analytics really helps prevent teams from making dumb decisions in the draft, but also having the help of new ownership in some spots like Charlotte, who is able to put a person like Jeff Peterson in charge that can build a very good front office and make smart decisions. But that's all I have for today's video. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe.